Many veterans face a frustrating reality. After months or even years of waiting, their disability claims get denied again and again. It's a cycle that wears down hope and makes them question if they'll ever get the support they deserve. What if I told you there's a quiet, powerful appeal strategy that's helping veterans win their claims after years of denials, something most people don't even know exists? This isn't about luck or chance. It's about knowing how to navigate the system with the right approach, evidence, and support. In this video, we're diving into that little-known strategy that's changing the game for veterans stuck in the endless appeal process. Whether you're currently battling the VA or just want to understand how to protect yourself from getting denied, this information could make all the difference. Stay with me until the end, because some of these insights might surprise you, and they could be exactly what you need to finally turn things around. Now, let's get into what's really happening behind the scenes, and how you can use this to your advantage. One of the biggest reasons veterans keep getting denied, even after multiple appeals, is because they don't fully understand the importance of new and compelling evidence. The VA isn't just looking for any evidence. They want something that clearly shows a change or worsening in your condition since your last claim. Without this, they often see your appeal as a repeat of what they've already reviewed and deny it again. This is where many veterans get stuck, submitting the same documents and hoping for a different outcome. But here's the thing. The appeal strategy that's quietly helping veterans win centers around gathering fresh, strong medical evidence that directly addresses the reasons for past denials. This could mean getting an updated medical opinion from a specialist who understands your condition in depth, or providing new test results that confirm changes in your health. It's not just about proving you have a disability. It's about showing how it has progressed or how previous evidence was incomplete. This approach forces the VA to reevaluate your case with new information they can't ignore. Veterans who use this method find that their claims move forward much faster, often ending in approval after years of waiting. But that's just the beginning. There's more to this strategy that can dramatically improve your chances, and we'll get into that next. Many veterans don't realize that how they present their appeal can make all the difference. Simply submitting paperwork isn't enough. The way you organize and highlight your evidence can either strengthen your case or bury it in a sea of paperwork. The VA receives thousands of claims, and if your appeal doesn't clearly tell the story of your condition and its impact, it risks getting overlooked or dismissed. This is where a well-crafted statement of the case or notice of disagreement can be a game changer. These documents aren't just formalities. They are your chance to speak directly to the VA's concerns, explain why previous decisions were incorrect, and guide reviewers through your evidence with clarity. Veterans who take the time to carefully outline their arguments, address every point the VA made in past denials, and clearly link their medical evidence to their claimed disabilities have a much higher success rate. It's also crucial to avoid common mistakes, like submitting vague or irrelevant documents, or failing to address the specific reasons the VA denied your claim before. Precision matters. This part of the strategy often flies under the radar, but it can be the key to turning a long series of denials into an approval. And what happens next will reveal even more about how veterans are finally breaking through the system. One of the most powerful tools veterans are quietly using in their appeals is obtaining independent medical opinions. Many assume that only VA doctors' evaluations matter, but that's far from the truth. An independent medical opinion from a qualified professional who thoroughly reviews your medical history and provides a detailed, well-reasoned statement can carry significant weight in your case. These independent opinions serve as objective evidence that can directly challenge or support the VA's findings. Often, they address gaps or inconsistencies in the VA's own medical exams, helping to clarify the severity or service connection of your condition. Veterans who invest in securing these expert evaluations are giving themselves an edge that many others miss. But this strategy isn't without its challenges. Not all independent opinions are created equal. The key is to work with medical experts who understand VA regulations and know how to craft opinions that speak clearly to the criteria the VA uses. When done right, this can shift the entire trajectory of an appeal, sometimes even prompting the VA to reconsider without the need for a lengthy hearing. And yet, many veterans remain unaware of this resource, which makes the next part of the story all the more surprising. Another game-changing approach that's quietly helping veterans win their appeals is the use of fully developed claims, or FDCs. This option allows veterans to submit all their evidence up front, including medical records, buddy statements, and independent medical opinions, which can significantly speed up the process. The VA often struggles with backlogs and delays, but filing an FDC can cut through that red tape by providing everything the VA needs to make a decision right away. What many veterans don't realize is that by choosing the FDC route, they take control of their case like never before. Instead of waiting for the VA to gather evidence, which can drag on for months or even years, veterans who prepare a thorough FDC can push their claims forward much faster. This strategy also reduces the chances of additional requests for more evidence, which are common stumbling blocks in traditional appeals. But here's the catch: submitting an effective FDC requires careful preparation. Veterans must know exactly what documents to include and how to organize them to avoid confusion or misplacement. This is where guidance from experienced advocates or attorneys can make a huge difference. They help ensure that every piece of evidence supports the claim clearly and convincingly. And while the FDC process isn't a guaranteed win, it's a tool that many veterans don't know exists or don't fully understand, and it can make all the difference when used correctly. One of the most overlooked but powerful strategies that's helping veterans win after years of denials is gathering new, independent medical opinions that specifically address the VA's concerns. Often, claims get stuck because the VA's own medical exams don't fully connect the dots between a veteran's service and their current disabilities. This leaves gaps in the evidence that the VA uses to justify denying or lowering ratings. Veterans who seek out private doctors or experts who understand VA criteria can fill those gaps. These doctors provide detailed, personalized opinions that explain how the service caused or worsened the disability. What makes this approach so effective is that these medical opinions speak directly to the VA's standards, rather than just listing symptoms or diagnoses. They essentially speak the VA's language, making it much harder for claims processors to reject the connection. But it's not just about finding any doctor, it's about finding the right doctor who knows what to look for and how to document it clearly. Veterans who invest in these targeted medical opinions often see a dramatic turnaround in their appeal outcomes. This isn't a quick fix, and it may require some upfront costs, but it's a proven way to break through the frustrating cycle of denial. For many, this expert insight becomes the missing piece that finally wins their case and changes everything. Another key part of this quiet appeal strategy is the power of submitting new and relevant evidence that wasn't included in the original claim. Many veterans don't realize that the VA allows you to add fresh medical records, service documents, or personal statements even after your initial denial. This new evidence can shed light on things that were missed or misunderstood the first time around, giving your case a much-needed boost. What makes this so impactful is that it shows the VA you're serious and that your condition has continued or worsened since the original claim. Sometimes just a few months of updated medical treatment records or a letter from a specialist can tip the scales in your favor. It also helps when veterans include statements from family members, friends, or coworkers who can attest to how the disability affects daily life. These personal accounts provide a fuller picture that numbers and charts alone can't capture. However, the timing and presentation of this new evidence are crucial. Submitting it too late or without proper explanation can weaken its impact. Veterans who carefully organize their documentation, clearly highlight what's new, and explain why it matters, create a stronger narrative for their appeal. This attention to detail can be the difference between yet another denial and finally getting the recognition and benefits deserved. It's this thoughtful, persistent gathering of fresh proof that quietly turns appeals around for many who thought all hope was lost. One of the most surprising elements of this VA appeal strategy is the use of effective legal representation. Many veterans don't realize how much of a difference a skilled attorney or accredited representative can make in navigating the complex VA system. These experts know the ins and outs of VA regulations and understand how to present your case in the strongest possible way. What sets this approach apart is how legal professionals can spot errors in the VA's decisions, identify overlooked evidence, and craft compelling arguments that resonate with the reviewers. They also know how to file the right paperwork at the right time, ensuring that deadlines are met and appeals aren't dismissed on technicalities. For veterans who have faced repeated denials, having someone in their corner who speaks the VA's language can be a game changer. But this isn't about lawyers pushing their fees or complicating things. It's about leveling the playing field. Many veterans find that simply having someone who understands the system and is committed to their cause takes a huge weight off their shoulders. It allows them to focus on recovery and daily life, while their advocate handles the legal hurdles. This partnership can turn years of frustration into a path toward success. What happened next would shock many. Veterans who once felt lost in the VA process started winning their appeals after years of silence. This quiet strategy isn't flashy or widely advertised, but it's quietly giving veterans the edge they need to finally get the benefits they earned. Now that you've heard about this powerful VA appeal strategy, take a moment to consider where you stand in your own claim process. The VA system can feel overwhelming and discouraging, but understanding that there are effective paths to victory changes everything. Remember, you're not alone in this. With the right support and approach, years of denials don't have to define your future. If you found this information helpful, I encourage you to take action. Whether that means reaching out for expert advice, gathering your documents more thoroughly, or simply sharing this video with someone who needs it. Your experience matters, and so does your voice. Don't let frustration keep you from the benefits you deserve. Thank you for spending this time with us. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below sharing what you learned today or how you plan to move forward with your VA claim. Your feedback inspires us and helps build a community where veterans support each other. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos packed with valuable insights. Your support means the world and allows us to keep creating content that informs and empowers you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.